Welcome to our practice, welcome to our sacred space on the mat. My name is Rham, and I'm sharing 2 classes a week, every Monday and every Thursday. And this is the 9th class of our beginner's course, Module A. So I've put the links to the preceding classes below. It's really good to start from the first one. There's a definite evolution in terms of not only poses, but also alignments and subtleties, and we build them up. And for those of you who are returning, welcome, congratulations, we're almost at number 12. And today's going to be an important class because we are introducing an entirely new little concept into the structure that we have. I'm going to call it the reset concept. And it's where between poses we come to a hanging Uttanasana and an Adho Mukha Svanasana. And I'm going to show you what they are now before we start, because you may want to have different props around you to make it easier. And we are going to be coming into them quite regularly. So gathering all of the yoga kit you know you need, and let's come and meet on the mat. All right, so hanging Uttanasana, I'm going to show you what it is first before we start the practice. The feet are spread the width of the mat, nice and parallel. If anything, the heels are a little bit turned out. Definitely not the toes turned out, okay? Because when we come down, we want our buttocks to be able to widen. So having the heels turned out is going to help roll the thighs in, which is going to spread the sit bones apart. Then we lift the arms up, we take hold of the elbow tips, and then we exhale and we come forward, hanging in Uttanasana. That's the name, hanging Uttanasana. And we're breathing here, relaxing the head, and don't worry, I'll give you lots of details once we're in the practice. And then we're going to come to downward dog, so we're spreading our fingers widely, the hands are shoulder width apart, so not wider off the mat and not close together like this. The arms extending straight from the shoulders, and then we're going to walk our feet back and line each foot up with its respective hand. And then we're lifting the buttocks to the sky and dropping the head down and finding this triangular shape of Adho Mukha Svanasana. We'll do a few breaths here, and then we'll come back to hanging Uttanasana, and then we'll slowly come back up. And it'll be something that we start weaving in to our standing poses. Now, if you're looking at that thinking, hanging Uttanasana, the backs of my legs are still too tight, there's no way. You're going to get a chair from around your house. I'm going to go get one, and you're going to just put it at the front of the mat. And that chair will be there to just help you in your hanging Uttanasana. So you bring the arms up, you take hold of the elbows, you come down, and then right when you feel, okay, that's too much, my body's not yet ready, you just put the hands on the chair and do a supported Uttanasana. And then you can bring the hands down to the mat and step back from there to downward dog. And then you can step forward, hands back to the chair, and coming back up. So different options for whatever vehicle you're inhabiting. And with all of that said, if you need to get a chair, go ahead and grab it, and let's come and start our practice, as we always do, in Talasana at the front of our mats. As we build up practice, when we come back to a pose, it has all the history, the energy of every time we've done it, so we're able to just penetrate, portal through it more efficiently, with more depth, rolling the shoulders back, fully inhabiting Tadasana, feeling the connection to the earth through our feet, the vibrancy of our legs, the liftingness of the chest, the heart. And simplified Vrikshasana. Bring the arms in front, interlock the fingers, turn the palms out, and inhale and lift the arms up. Getting taller, getting longer, breathing into that space. Feeling ourselves as a link between earth and sky. And then bring the arms down halfway, changing the interlock of the fingers, turning the palms out, re-squeezing the elbows. And as we push through the feet, inhale and lifting up. That magnificent new length Stretching our armpits, stretching the elbows straight, pushing the heels of the hands up to the sky. And then exhaling and coming down, Tadasana. Okay, ready for our first little reset button here. So hanging Uttanasana, spreading the feet the width of the mat, turning the heels open. Inhale the arms up. Take hold of the elbows, pull the elbow tips back, stretch the armpits open. And exhale and coming down. As you're coming down, you're gripping the knees and thighs up. Remember, you always have the option to put the hands on the chair. Check that your feet are still parallel, the heels a little bit turned out. The inner arches lifting as the feet press down into the ground. The kneecaps gripping up, the thigh muscles gripping up. And the head completely relaxed. And now placing the hands on the mat, spreading the fingers apart widely and stepping the feet back so that they've lined up with the hands. Keeping our heels lifted here so that we can really lift our sit bones to the sky. We want maximum height in the sit bones so that we're stretching the entire spine, not just a little bit of it. Keep lengthening your arms and pushing your front thighs back, relaxing your head down, breathing into this new space, pushing the sit bones again up to the sky. And then we're walking forward, coming back to a hanging Uttanasana or hands on the chair Uttanasana. And we're going to change the cross of the arms. So your favorite cross, well, this was mine. So I'm going to change it around this way and drop the head down. And immediately inhabit both of your feet evenly. Spread the toes. Press the feet down into the mat. And from that downward action, lift the inner arches up, lift the kneecaps up, lift the thigh muscles up and widen the buttocks apart. And then bending the knees and slowly, gently releasing and coming up. Okay, time to come for our first Utthita Trikonasana. So I'm just going to move the chair a little bit out of the way. And if you need blocks, if you like to use blocks in Trikonasana, you can have one on each side here. I think it's good to learn to use the webbing of the hand on the leg because it creates a really nice traction point. So let's move into that. Alertness, aliveness, bending the knees, inhale, and exhale, jump. Check your feet, turning the toes in, the heels out, lifting the inner arches, pushing into the outside edges of the feet, making the legs strong, the chest open. Turning to the right first. Again, check the heel to the back big toe. The whole front thigh opened, rolling open, ripping up. The whole back leg pushing into the outside edge of the foot. Stretch the arms, inhale and exhale, reaching to the right, and as you come to the right, push that right buttock bone forward. Don't let the right buttock poke out behind you, and come down and place the webbing of the hand on the legs, stretching the top onto the sky. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Keep the legs firm and gripping up. Keep lifting the inner arch of the back foot, pushing into the outside edge of the foot, squeezing the back inner knee tightly. Keep pushing that front buttock bone forward, forward, forward as you turn and twist. And 2, and 1. Inhaling up, and we're going to the left hand side now. Keep the arms straight, open as we turn the feet. Check our alignment. Make sure this front thigh is rolling open, gripping up. The back inner knee tightly squeezed, the chest open. Inhale, and exhaling to the left. And as we come to the left, move the left buttock bone forward, over and over again. And then place the webbing of the hand where it lands on the leg and the top onto the sky. So the legs stay strong. We're never descending into just collapsing into that hand. So keep checking from inside, are the legs doing what you want them to do? what you're training them to do, giving direction to movement and awareness. Keep gripping the legs and keep moving that front buttock going forward, forward, forward as you turn and twist. And 2, and 1. Inhaling up. And jumping the feet together. Reset. So if you like to use a chair for hanging Uttanasana, this is where you pull it in a little bit. Checking the feet. Taking hold of the elbows. And exhaling forward. Finding hanging Uttanasana or chair Uttanasana. Relax the neck and the head completely. Don't let tension and effort kind of get stuck there. Keep gripping the kneecaps up, gripping the thighs up, pressing down into the feet and widening the buttocks apart. And now placing the hands on the mat, spread the fingers apart even more widely than before. Walk your feet back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lifting your heels up and lift your buttocks up even higher. And relax the neck and head down. Breathe into that space. Keep looking at your legs. Can you straighten them more? Keep feeling your elbows. Can you straighten them more? And then walking forward and changing the cross of the arms. And hanging Uttanasana or supported chair Uttanasana. Finding your feet, pressing down, and lifting the kneecaps up, the thigh muscles up, spreading the sit bones apart. And then bending the knees, and slowly, gently coming up. Okay, going to face the long edge of the mat again, and we're jumping into Virabhadrasana II. Bending the knees, and jump. Checking, stretch the arms, turning to the right, make sure you're wide enough to really be able to bend that front leg. Inhale, and exhale, begin to make a square, look at the knee and push it to the outside edge of the knee as you come down. I have to go a bit wider here, and keep that back arm stretched, and keep that back leg active, really pushing into the outside edge of the back foot, and then turn the head to look over the front arm. Feel as if the arms start in the center of the chest and extend from the center of the chest out the length of the arms. And 3, and 2, keep squeezing the back inner knee. And 1, inhaling up and turning to the other side. Lining up carefully, still taking that time. Inhale. And exhale, begin to make that square, looking at the inner knee, encouraging it to move to the outer knee. Coming right down as deeply as you can. Then checking in with the back arm, checking in with the back leg. Full vibrancy. And then feeling the arms start from the center of the chest and extending that open out through both of your arms, through the fingertips. And 3, and 2, and 1. Inhaling up. And let's go straight into Parsvottanasana. Turning to the right. Check alignment again. Roll this front thigh open. Roll this back thigh open. And between those openings, tuck the tailbone forward and lift the pubic bone up so the organs start to lift. Inhale. And exhale. Begin to make a square with that front leg. Moving the inner knee to the outer knee. Inhale. And exhale. Simultaneously, fingertips come to the floor or to a block, of course. And stretch that top arm to the sky. Breathe. Re-grip the back inner knee. Now turn that top arm and extend the arm diagonally over. Let the bottom hand push the inner knee back. Keep turning and twisting. Now find the waist, the middle waist right here, and we're going to split the waist in 2. So inhale, and with an exhale, split the waist in 2, so it's moving in opposite directions. Lower waist to the outside edge of the back foot, and top waist out through the arms, through the fingertips. Keep doing that, splitting the waist in two. And inhaling up. And just feel the difference in waist awareness here. And let's turn to the other side. Lining up carefully. Rolling the front thigh open. Rolling the back thigh open as we grip them up. And between the openings, tailbone forward, pubic bone lifting. Inhale. Exhale, begin to make that square. Inhale. And exhale simultaneously, fingertips to the block of the floor and the top arm up. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation, get settled. Squeeze the back inner knee tightly. Then turn the top arm and extend the arm diagonally over, Parsvottanasana. Keep using the bottom arm to push the inner knee back as you turn and rotate and twist. Now find the middle waist and let's practice splitting it into with the exhale. Inhale and exhale, split the waist, bottom waist out through the outside edge of the back foot and top waist running up the length of that arm and out through the fingertips. And again, 3, splitting the waist, and 2, turning, and 1. Inhaling up. If it's too wide to jump, turn the heels in, the toes in, and then jump, Uttanasana. Hanging Uttanasana, reset button. And you can see how hanging Uttanasana can become a place where we rest, where we restabilize, neutralize. So inhale the arms up, and exhaling forward. Let the head relax. Find again your breath. Travel to the feet, inhabit the feet fully. Begin to notice their tendencies. Adjusting as needed for a healthier foot, for a more grounded connection. Lifting the inner arches up, lifting the inner ankles up. Lifting the inner knees all the way up to the inner groins and widening the sit bones apart. And now releasing, placing the hands on the mat. Again, spreading the fingers even more widely, each time more and more, and set the feet back. Now, if you've been coming like this, the feet very close to the hands, let's start getting a little more distance here. Stretch the arms and stretch the legs. And lift the heels so that we can extend the lower third of the spine. Do not worry about pressing the heels down for now. We want to really start to bring length and vibrancy to the spine. Keep relaxing the neck, relaxing the head. Penetrating with the breath. And then walking the feet forward, where we change the cross of the arms, or using the chair, of course, checking our feet. We spread the toes a little more widely. Could we lift the arches a bit more? Up to the inner ankles, and the inner ankles up to the inner knees, and the inner knees up to the inner groins. And the sit bones widening, opening the inner hips. And exhale, releasing, and slowly, gently coming up. Okay, and it's now time for the beginning of a new pose, but it's going to be easy for you because we've been working on the motion of this pose for quite a few weeks. And it's Virabhadrasana I. So we stand facing the long edge of the mat. We're just going to do the half pose today so that we really get that structure in and it is there forever. And next class, we'll bring you into the full pose. Jumping out, inhale, and exhale, jumping. Adjusting as we know how to do. Now, we're going to roll the front shoulders open and spiral the arms so the palms face up to the sky and stretch the arms away from us. Then we're going to lift the arms up into a semicircle and right where the palms meet, We cross one thumb over the other, so it looks like that. And then we pull up out of the semicircle into an ellipse. So a different shape, really pulling up, getting length. And now we imagine that someone is tying some rope around our fingertips. And they're tying it to a hook in the ceiling. And our arms cannot do this anymore, impossible. They're tied and lifted. Okay, now we're turning to the right. And this is the motion that you guys have been working on in different poses for a while. So it should feel relatively smooth for you. Keep lifting the arms. Now check your back leg. Loves to bend the back leg. So try to press into the heel and straighten the back inner knee. And turn the hips more and more to face the short edge of the mat. See if you could bring the feet a little bit wider. Keep lifting those arms. And now, very crucially, let's travel inside our bodies and go down to the tailbone, the coccyx. And we want to, with an exhalation, nudge the coccyx forward so that it's rubbing the back of the pubic bone. Here we go. And then with the arms, we lift the pubic bone out of that descent. We lift it up through the belly button, through the solar plexus, through the sternum plate, through the arms. And 3, you're pushing the tailbone forward. And 2, straightening the back leg. And 1, come back to the front. Arms extended. And jumping the feet together. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. And again. Rolling the front shoulders open. Stretching the arms away out through the fingertips. Keep the legs firm, the inner arches lifting. Okay, let's inhale the arms up. Palms together, cross one thumb over the other. Think of the shape you've just made, a semicircle. And now lift up even higher to the ellipse. And tie those fingertips on a string to the ceiling. And keep that, and let's turn now to the left. Keep lifting the fingertips up, lifting the arms up. Now check the back leg, especially the back inner knee. Squeeze it tightly. And now traveling inside the base of the trunk, making the adjustment of the sacral band, the coccyx. So tailbone forward, traveling to the pubic bone with the inhale, suck it up. Use the arms to suck it up more. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. That's it, re-squeeze the back inner knee. And 3, and 2, tailbone forward again, and 1. Coming back to the long edge of the mat. Exhale. And jump the feet together. Uttanasana. Okay, reset. Hanging Uttanasana. And entering. And dropping the head right out. With your hands, you just reach and widen those toes apart. And then with your fingers, you can feel your inner arches. And if they feel that they're dropping, lift them up. Get them to land that lift and scrape that sensation up to the inner ankle and scrape that sensation up to the inner knee. Then roll your thighs in and feel your sit bones widening behind you. And now hands to the mat and Adho Mukha Svanasana. Looking at your feet, re-lift the heels and spread all the toes. Even here, lift the inner arches slightly. Don't let them drop. Keep lifting them, keep lifting the inner ankles up. Lifting the buttocks up to the sky. And then always checking the neck, the head. Keep releasing that. And then walking forward, the toes in, the heels out, hanging Uttanasana, or hands on the chair, of course. Checking your feet, could you broaden them more? Checking the inner arches, the inner ankles, the inner knees, lifting to the inner groins, And the thighs rolling in to widen the buttocks apart. And then slowly, gently releasing and coming up. Okay, we're going to get our 2 blocks now because it's time for Parsvottanasana and then Trikonasana. So I'm going to set the blocks up on the right hand side of the mat. Voila, let's go. And then let's come to Tadasana. Okay, bending the knees, inhale. And we're going to hit the blocks, I hope not. Exhale, jump, the feet and arms apart, yep, a little bit. There we go. Push into the outside edge, stretch the arms, bring the arms down. Cross the thumbs, inhale and lift up. And we're turning to the right, so very similar to the last move that we did, except we're going to flow up and down with the breath. The legs stay straight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the back of your knees squeezed and straight. Inhale. Exhale. And hands to the block, picking your height. First job is to really make sure our hips are doing what we want them to do. Can we move the front left pelvic bone to the right? And then can we straighten the back of your knee completely? Now inhaling, looking up, stage 1. Digging those back ribs in, whilst keeping the legs fully alert and trying to move the sternum pit forward. And then stage 2, bringing the blocks forward so that the arms are stretched and dropping the head down, lengthening the back neck. Now look at your back leg and roll it in a bit more and feel the hips turn even more. And then still looking at the back leg, push the front thigh back. Feel the weight of the pose almost moving backwards into that back leg. That's how powerful the back leg energy should be. At the same time, grip that front knee, that front thigh up. And invite the head of its femur bone into the front hip socket. Keep the arms stretched, breath fluid, face relaxed, and 2. And 1. Bringing the blocks back. As we prepare to come up, we connect with our back heel so that we really have density and anchoring there. Inhaling. Back to the front. And exhaling and releasing. Okay, moving the blocks now to the other side. Now it goes without saying that if you don't need blocks, remove the blocks. They're there to help bring the ground to you. And when they're no longer necessary, take them out and get used to practicing without them for a little bit. Okay, turning the toes in, the heels out. Lifting the inner arches. Inhale. Feel literally the organs inside your abdomen lifting up with that. And now turning to the left. Turning the hips. Squeezing the back of the knee up and down with the breath. Inhale. Flowing. Inhale. Flowing. Inhale. And flowing. And finding the blocks or floor. So first, just making sure that our hips are really turning to face forward. And then really pressing into the back heel and squeezing the back inner knee. And now looking up and trying to dig those back ribs in. So that the sternum area is moving forward, the abdomen is getting longer. It's a hard move, it's subtle. It's hard to access the back ribs, it's hard to even get sensation there. Just keep giving it a go. There we go. And now, full pose. Bringing the blocks forward, the fingertips forward so the arms are stretched. And with an exhale, elongating the neck and the head down. And our eyes can now see our back leg. Press the heel down, try to lift the toes up.
Roll that back thigh in and feel the hips turn even more. And push the front of that back thigh back. Feel the weight of the pose moving back into the back leg. Now grip the front knee and the front thigh up so that you're inviting the head of the femur bone into the hip socket. And from there, extend the arms. Keep stretching the trunk, breathing. And 3, and 2, and 1. Nice. Bring the blocks back. Prepare, connect with the back heel. Inhale. And back to the front. And exhale. And release. Parvottanasana. So if we need a block, it's going to be easy to put one on each side in preparation for us. Okay, so we've been practicing in and out that movement. We're going to do this again this class, and then next class we're taking out the 3 times. So really make sure we get that in, because these are wobbly poses when we turn with the arms lifted. It's very easy to feel wobbly. Just keep practicing with the breath. Inhale, exhale down. So let's do it now. And jumping. Okay, we're going to the right first. So we inhale the left arm up, bring the right hand back to hold the right outer hip, turning the feet. And we exhale down. And then we inhale back up. My feet. Okay, let's go in again. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back up. Adjust the feet. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Finding the block or the floor. And moving it back so that our forearms and our shins connect. Stage 1, we're starting to pull that right outer hip back towards the wall behind us, gripping the legs. Stage 2, we're moving that top elbow back with each exhale, trying to move it back further. The forearm and the shin pressing against each other to help us turn the front of that shoulder back. And then finally stretching the arm to the sky. Keep the forearm and the shin connecting, pressing against each other to help you to turn to twist. And now stretch the arms apart from the center of the chest. And 3, squeeze the back inner knee. And 2, and 1. Hand to the hip, inhaling up. And we're ready to change sides. So I'm just going to move this block out of the way. This block is waiting. Okay, to the left. Ready? We'll do it slowly the first time and then kind of move with the breath on the second and third. So we inhale the right arm up. Left hand comes to the left outer hip. And we exhale. And then to come up, we inhale, spiraling out, stretching the arms, adjusting the feet. Coming for the second time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale all the way out. Third and final time. Inhale. And exhale. Finding the block, moving it back until the forearm and the shin are connecting. Making sure the hips are really turning for us. And begin to pull that left outer hip back with the hand. Getting length, broadness. Keep the legs firm. And now find the exhalation to help you move that top elbow back. And keep pressing the forearm against the outer shin to help you to turn and twist more and more to get that traction, to roll the front of that top shoulder back. And then stretching the arm up to the sky, Parvottanasana. The traction point between the forearm and the shin, helping to keep stability, helping to turn more and more. Grip the legs. And stretch the arms apart from the center of the chest. And 3, and 2, and 1. Hands back to the hip. Reconnect with your legs, your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Jump the feet together. Well done. Okay, that's always a tricky one. Takes a while, but Virabhadrasana, especially if we tend to be tight in the hip glute area. So moving the blocks, actually you might even press Virabhadrasana, so if you want you can put them here for your hands in our next pose. I'm just going to bring it back here. Nice wide stance, turn the toes in, the heels out, lift the inner arches, hands on the hips. With your thumbs on the back hips, so not high, hips. Push the hips forward and pull the elbows back and the front shoulders back. Press the chest open and exhale and coming down to Parsvottanasana. Maybe widen the feet apart just a little bit. Lift the inner arches, inner ankles. Grip the legs and widen your buttocks apart. So take a super wide Uttanasana. Now press into the fingertips and try to dig those back ribs in. And push the sternum chest forward. And push the sit bones back. And grip the legs up. All of that firmness. That's it. 3 and 2 and 1. Coming down to the full pose. Crown of the head towards the floor, hands walking back. If there was a line, a ribbon between your heels, your hands would want to be on that ribbon, so in line with your heels. Spread the palms of the fingers and don't let the elbows go widely apart. Draw them in towards each other, make the arms parallel and drop the head down completely. Now check your feet, relift the inner ankles, the inner arches. Push firmly into the outside edge of the feet. Grip the knees and thighs up. And strongly roll your thighs in towards each other so your buttocks are widening apart. And as you press into the feet, you can widen the buttocks apart, all the way up the leg in one go. That's it, breathing. Letting the head hang, and 3, and 2, and 1. Nice, keep the hands there, and inhale, look up. Re-grip the legs, they love to just let go, right here. Re-grip, re-grip, re-grip. Hands to the hips. Inhaling up, elbows back, shoulders back, heels in, toes in, heels in, toes in, and jump the feet together. Well, how did that feel to introduce those Uttanasanas, Adho Mukha Svanasana between our poses? Hopefully you'll let me know that experience for you. And let's now move into Virabhadrasana to open up our knees, ankles, feet, and we'll do shoulders when we're in it too. So 2 straps, 1 blanket. Oh, and by the way, next lesson, the 10th class, we're going to be introducing Virabhadrasana, shoulders down, just the beginning, but we will need a few more blankets than we've been needing so far. 4 blankets would be great if you could somehow get those by next class so that our Virabhadrasana starts from a really good base of non-compacting of the neck. It's shoulder stand, not neck stand. And we need the blankets to help give us the lift and make that comfortable and safe, because it's a really important pose. And it opens up the upper back and the neck and the shoulders, which is an area that's tight for 99% of us. Okay, so the second strap on. Tightening up. There we go. Alright, and blanket in with the neat edge behind the knees. Hello, Virabhadrasana.
Widen the buttocks apart. Backs of the hands on the front thighs, elbows back, front shoulders back. You know, pretty soon you're going to be doing this stance everywhere you are because it feels great, right? Much clearer, energetic mind state when we have this openness going on. Okay, bringing the arms in front, interlocking the fingers, turning the palms out, squeezing the elbows. Parsvottanasana in Virabhadrasana. Okay, pressing the front thighs down. There are feet now for the tops of our feet, so they press the shins down. Make sure you're not overarching the lower back. Pretty common, we've talked about it before, but always check in with that tendency to move the tailbone forward and to bring more attention to the front body, which is the part of the body that gets closed with life. Lengthen the front spine, lengthen the armpits, and 2, and 1. So there's a state of freedom coming to 3. Okay, we're going to release and change the interlock of the fingers and turn the palms out, re-squeeze the elbows. Inhaling and lifting the arms up. Placing our attention, pressing the front thighs down, the shins down. Placing our attention in the tailbone area, the pubic bone area, lifting. The lengthening of the front body, so this unfurling shape that comes out. The armpit stretching, the arms lengthening. And breathe into that, and 2. And 1. Exhale, and releasing. Okay, still a little bit longer in Vajrasana. So to keep us occupied, let's do another shoulder open. I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see what's going on behind. So Gomukhasana, you're going to bring the left arm, the left hand between the shoulder blades, lifting the right arm up, and exhaling across. Now if you can't reach, and you have a long strap here, you could make double usage of the strap like that, right? So either way, we're trying to get this top right elbow tip both up to the sky and back. Trying to get into the shoulder blades, the armpit area, the forgotten areas that are really high energy areas later in pranayama. The armpit and the ribs underneath the armpits, like gills, become very important in breath work. So getting into that and releasing, and just feel the difference. Okay, we're going to do the other side. So if you think you might need the strap, bring it across and changing. And there we go. One side is always different than the other. Because of course, we tend to do things with the same arm. Pulling that left elbow tip up and back. And trying to really bring breath from inside into the armpit area, as if you're filling it from inside. And exhale. And releasing. Okay, coming forward now to Yoga Mudrasana. So we're going to hold our front ribs and feel them getting intimate with our body with our fingertips, right? And lifting these front ribs up. And then with the breath, broadening them up this way. And as we exhale, we come down. And then we stretch the arms forward. Just keep the fingertips down, the palms up. The forearms lifting. Dropping the head down so that the ears are in line with the inner arms. And if there's any strain in the neck when you do this, just take one of your blocks and put it there under your forehead. Nice smooth breaths, really counting the length of your inhales and matching them to the length of the exhales. Keep walking the fingertips forward.
Find the outer thighs and try to press them towards the ground to make sure that the pose is anchored so that as you come forward there's a resistance.
And then coming back up. And we can take our straps off and feel the difference in our legs, in our ankles, and in our feet. For most of us, in the beginning, it's the feet that are painful. So hopefully that's starting to feel much better now. And hopefully your abdomens are also feeling stronger, your core work, because that's what we're coming into next. So I'm just going to move these straps to the side. And taking one blanket for those of you who like to lift the floor up to the lower back, just giving a little bit more support. And you have two options. You can either, as you know, pull it in half for a higher option, or take it down as things get stronger for a lower option, and then eventually lift it completely. Okay, lying down. So it's right under the lower hips, the lower back, and you should be able to press down from the abdomen into the lower back and make that connection and feel the two firming. Okay, bring the arms up across the thumbs and stretch the arms back. Bring the feet off the floor, line the inner knees up, line the inner feet up. Inhale and exhale, 90 degrees. Keep pressing the lower back to the floor with each exhalation. And now bending the knees. Make sure the inner knees are still touching. And exhale, diagonal. Pressing the lower back to the floor with each exhale. Straightening the legs. Pushing out through the feet. Bending the knees. We're going for 30 now. If 30 is too intense for you, just take it up a little bit. Ready? Inhale and exhale. Push. Out the length of the legs and out through the feet. Press the lower back down. Squeeze the outer hips in towards each other. And push that out through the legs and through the feet. And then bend the knees. Re-stretch the arms. And exhale, push diagonally away. Make sure to really push out the length of the legs and out through the balls of the feet so that you don't keep the tension in the digestive organs and for women the reproductive organs. You want to push it out. Now bend the knees. Inhale. And exhale. Reconnect the lower back to the floor. Re-stretch the arms. Re-squeeze the knees. And then bending the knees. And relax. Okay, we've got 3 more cycles to strengthen and connect here. Bring the arms up, change the cross of the thumbs, bending the knees, lining things up, lower back to the floor, inhale, and exhale, push. Lowering the left leg down, and we're going to cross the legs at 60. Make sure to keep knowing, feeling that your legs are rivers of intent and energy, and you want to push energy out through the balls of the feet. Keep the lower back connected to the floor. 6 and 7, I got a bit lost. 8 and 9 and 10. Good, legs back up. Bend the knees. And with an exhale, push the legs back up. Bring the other leg down and let's scissor. With the intent of pushing energy out the length of our legs and out through the balls of the feet.
Lower back pressing to the floor. That's it. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Back up. And exhale. And release. It's good to release between. We want to bring oxygen prana back. Don't want to get so tight that we actually just block off. So relax the abdomen, relax the lower back. Okay, bring the arms back up, cross the thumbs, stretch the arms. Inhale. And exhale. Lowering the legs to 60, pushing out through the feet, widen the legs. Scissoring this way on the horizontal. Keep the lower back pressed down. Keep pushing out through the feet. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And back down. Just one more set left. And we're going to do the last set like the first set. 90, 60, 30, 60, 90. So here we go, lifting up. Everything lined up, find the breath, inhale. And exhale, push. Press the lower back down, stretch the arms, make an L shape with the body here. Bend the knees and push. Bend the knees and push. Bend the knees and push back to 60. And bend the knees and push back to 90, the last one. And bend the knees, feet to the ground, and move the blanket to the side. And bring both knees to the chest. Virabhadrasana. Slow the breath back down. Count the length of the inhale, count the exhale. Bring that rhythmic Ujjayi one breath. Relax the abdomen. Relax all of the organs inside the abdomen. Relax the shoulders, the neck. And then feet to the ground. Supta. So we need to lengthen. Rolling the thighs in. Heels are firm. Buttocks are moving towards the feet. Lower back is close to the ground. Long vertical stretch. Cross the thumbs. Stretch the arms. Stretch the legs. Get that length. Keep digging the heels in to pull the buttocks down, the sacrum down. Stretching the arms. Broadening the rib cage, the armpits. 3, and 2, and 1. And now changing the cross of the thumbs, re-rolling the legs in, heels firm. Keep those heels pulling the buttocks down. Keep moving the lower back towards the earth and re-stretch the arms. Being pulled in 2 opposite directions. Broaden the rib cage, stretch the armpits. And 3, and 2, and 1. Relax completely. Re-roll the legs in, Supta. Firm legs, grip the muscles around the bones. Bend the right knee towards Ekapada Supta. Keep that left thigh rolling in. You don't want the knee to fall open. So you want to have a vital connection there, but a soft connection in the front groin, in the abdomen, in the face as well. And back to Supta, just checking your feet. And Ekapada on the left hand side. So keeping that strength there, that precision, the rolling in of the thigh, the heel pressing down, and simultaneously extending softness to the front left groin. And watching the face relax. Deep and smooth, even breath, watching all of those different things. And exhale.
And it is now time, yes, it's time for our inverted Shavasana. Viparita Karani, legs up against the wall. So rolling over. Let's come to a place where we could put our legs up against the wall. Taking a blanket here for the back hips. Remembering that we don't want to squish ourselves up to the wall if the backs of our legs are in any way painful and tight. You want to be completely relaxed in this pose. And relaxation is actually harder than we think it is to relax consciously. It is an art. So here we are, letting the legs roll open purposefully so that the most inner part of our groins can feel that softness and equally relax. We want to relax the entire third brain, the gut, the digestive system. We want to roll the shoulders back and then just let that tension that connects in the neck and the shoulder area disperse and melt into the ground. The throat also just completely soft, the face completely soft. We're moving into an exquisite psychology of receiving the blessing, the healing of this pose. And the more we're able to open to receiving it and relaxing into that, the more we get from it. So here we go, when we're ready, closing the eyelids, exhale, inhale, and exhale, sliding into complete and utter abandon and surrender to Viparita Karani.
bringing the palms together, pressing them together, ending with our loving kindness meditation. Loka samastaha sukhinho bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May the universe know love, may the universe know peace. And may we help all those that we come into contact with to feel the same. Om, peace, peace, peace. And then releasing the hands and gently bending the knees. Coming out slowly. Feel against the wall and just moving the blanket a bit forward and moving our hips back so that our lower back can just connect for a micro moment to the earth, to the ground. And then finally, when we feel ready, we're rolling over and we're pushing ourselves back out, and we want to exit our practice with as much sacredness and honour as we entered it, because the practice is also a purification. And so we're emerging, vibrating at a higher frequency, more purity, more light shining. I'm hoping that you feel fantastic. Namaste. Our practice is finished. So for next week, try to get hold of 4 blankets so that we can move into our Virabhadrasana, which is exciting, and we'll be taking also Virabhadrasana I full pose, a really fantastic, vibrant pose.